Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Time to take that walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer is Alesmith Anvil ESB, and that stands for Extra Special Bitter. And also, some people call it Extra Strong Bitter too. Whichever way, I mean, Extra Special or Strong Bitter ESB is the same thing. So this is a 5.5%er. This one comes from Parrish. He sent this to me from California because I cannot get Alesmith beers here in Virginia. So he is a true friend, and I do appreciate him sending me these beers. So thanks again, Parrish. Buddy, you're top of the list there for sending beers to me. A true friend. I do appreciate it, and like I said, I got a package I'm gonna send to you out there that some stuff that you cannot get there. So, all right, guys, let's get on with this one. I might want to read to you what a description of an extra special or strong bitter is. ESBs are essentially more aggressive and more balanced bitters, both in alcohol and hop character, but nothing overpowering. Color range will be similar, though leaning towards the darker end of the scale. Dark golds to copper, low carbonation. Malts tend to be more pronounced, often toasty and fruity, with maybe some notes of diacetyl. And despite bitter being in its name, ESBs are not really all that bitter. The key to ESB is balance. Alright guys, the food pairings for this beer, the cuisine is barbecue. The cheeses are the buttery, brie, Gouda, Havarti. The Swiss, nutty, Asiago, Colby cheeses, Parmesan go well with this beer, and the meat is pork and game. This is a fairly easy drinking beer normally, so it pairs well with just about anything. Very sessionable, very easy drinking, not too bitter, not too sweet, like it said, a real balanced type beer. Glass bars, pint becker, the Nonic, the tumbler, this mug, the stein, the Sidel. I've got the pint glass today, and it's not recommended for extended celery because of the low ABV on these beers. So, Parrish, thanks again, brother. I appreciate it. There's the cap off of this one. Into the glass we go. ESB. Good looking beer in the glass. Over into the light. It is a copper color, dark bronze copper color. Very clear. I can see the bulb right through it. Fair amount of carbonation streaming up from the bottom of the glass. Didn't pour a monster here. I didn't pour it too super aggressive. I probably could have poured it a little more aggressive, but I didn't want 4 fingers of foam in there. So a lot of times I'll pour it more aggressive when I'm not reviewing the beer because of the time limits, and it seems like the beer reviews have gotten longer and longer and longer, and I don't want them to be 20 minutes and 25 minutes. Nobody has that kind of time to watch a beer review. I try to keep these things between 10 and 15 minutes, guys. So sometimes I get to flapping my gums and they'll run a little longer, and I apologize. So we'll try to keep it a little closer between the lower end of the scale instead of the upper end of the scale. Looks very good in the glass, guys. Let's get a nose on it. To me, it does have a nice sweet smell to it. I'm getting bready malts, a nice fruity presence to it, maybe some apples or something. And it has a substantial hop presence. I'm getting a nice floral, citrusy hop presence. But the maltiness is coming through, so that's the key there. So hopefully it's a balanced beer between the malt and the hops. Smells good. Let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Parrish. Oh yeah. It has a bready, fruity characteristic to me that's really it's really tasty. Now, I have tasted some that's a little more biscuity than this, but to me this is more fruity. And I'm not even into the fruity beers, not that kind of fruity, but apples, pears, and stuff like that. A nice maltiness to go with that, though. Almost like a cracker malt. Pretty tasty. Very balanced beer. Very, very balanced beer. Very tasty. I don't drink a lot of ESBs. I have had a few in my day. And this one would probably be right up in that list. Probably top 5 of the ones I have had. And even though, like it said there, even if it has bitter in the name, it's not supposed to be bitter. And this one is not. I'd actually go the other way. I think it's a little more sweeter than it is bitter. So the name is very misleading. A lot of people that see that and say, that's a special bitter. Oh, I don't like bitter beers. And they'll leave it on the shelf. It's not a bitter beer. It's not supposed to be anyway. And this one is not. So this one's right out of the fridge, 40 degrees. Let's let it warm up and see how it progresses and how it changes any. And share the other half of this bottle with the other half. And I'll come back and do the final chug, guys. Stick around. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little bit left here. This is a very nice ESB. Nice fruitiness. I'm getting apples and pears and a nice herbal hop presence with this, and a crackery malt base to me. I mean, that's what I'm getting off of this now that it's warmed up. So very pleasant, very easy drinking. Absolutely no alcohol taste in this beer whatsoever, guys. So very enjoyable. Parrish, thanks again, brother. Final chug. You could drink this with just about any meal. It's that balanced. No lingering aftertaste. Very clean, very refreshing, very sessionable. The date, it's got a bottle on date here, but the first 2 numbers are smeared off the bottle. All I see is 13 for the year. So very nice. Very, very, very nice. Guys, this is not my style. Not something that I normally buy or seek out, but very enjoyable. Somebody that's not into the hoppy beers, they might enjoy this over the macros. It doesn't have a lot of off characteristics that would cause one of those guys that drink those kind of beers to be off-put, because usually when you hand somebody drinks Bud Miller or Coors something that's really hoppy or something that's really dark, I mean, they it blows their palate out of their mouth, where this will not. It has a nice maltiness to it and a nice fruitiness to go with that. So very enjoyable. So I did like this. I would probably buy more of this if I could get this particular one from Alesmith here in Virginia. But I can't, so it is what it is. We can't control the beer distribution, other than having friends like Parrish that can send you these beers that you try them, since they're not available in your area, and I do appreciate it. Guys, I think this is, I'm going to probably give this an 8, which is an A-. I definitely think it's an A beer. If I was into the ESBs, I might even step up and give it a 9. But not being my normal go-to beer or beer of choice, it was pleasant. I did enjoy it. Like I said, just my opinion on this graded, guys, it could very easily have been a 9 out of 10, but I may be a little conservative giving it just the 8, but I do think it's an A beer. So with that being said, let's go see what everybody else thinks about it. We'll go over to Beer Advocate first. Excuse me. Beer Advocate first, and they say 87, which is in a very good range. I think that number is just a tad low. If I was putting a numeric rating on this, it'd probably be a 90, between 90 and a 93. That would be the number that I would put on this beer, guys. Let's go over to Rate Beer, and Rate Beer is very impressed with these. Their overall numbers is 95 and 100 in the style. So they're saying this ESB fits the style perfectly. And I would not argue with that whatsoever. I don't drink a lot of these. I've probably not had more than about between 10 and 15 ESBs, and I would definitely say this is probably in the top 5 of that list. So 95 overall and 100 in the style, pretty damn good numbers for this beer. So it doesn't surprise me. Alesmith always does great stuff. Everything they put their hands on is usually pretty damn tasty. If you can get your hands on the Alesmith beers, you ought to pick them up. I don't think you can go wrong. I have not had a bad beer from these guys. So you got it going on out there, California. Out there they do. Colorado, California, Oregon, Washington, all of these guys, just about all of them make great beers. So they grow magnificent hops out there, so they got their hands on a vast array of nice West Coast style hops. This one, I don't think it's got a bunch of West Coast hops in it, since it's pretty balanced. They may have used a European hop in this to get that herbal fruitiness in there. So I don't know. It doesn't say what the hop strain is that they used in this beer, but it's pretty tasty, guys. So if you've had this one, give me some comments back on this one, whether you liked it, didn't like it. I can't see why you would not like it unless you're just a super hop head, or you're a macro drinker, or you're into the stouts, and this doesn't blow your hair back. Didn't quite blow my hair back, but it was damn tasty, guys. So as always, hit that like button, rate, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think of this, and if you've had it. Let's take a walk and see what's in the fridge tomorrow. Join me then.